Hey guys, welcome to the following recorded presentation of the AI No Brainer. This is a talk that I originally gave at the Applied AI for Distributors conference in June of 2025, and that was hosted by our friends at the Distribution Strategy Group. It was a phenomenal event, a lot of great conversation around AI technology and practical advice about how to implement it in your business. Now, before we jump in, I want to level with each of you listening. There's a ton of traction in the market right now with vendors from CRMs to ERPs to sales enablement and order management tools. And all of them want to sell you something that's AI related. But here's the truth: this is early adoption. This isn't just cutting edge, it's bleeding edge. And that means it has high risk and the ability to hurt a little. And while it's exciting and while it's powerful, there's a lot of work we need to do to get ready for real AI automation. Now, before we get into the really fun stuff, I want to offer a brief word of warning. According to a recent Gartner study, up to 85% of all AI projects will fail to reach their intended goals. And that's twice the rate of failure for IT projects that do not involve AI. So if you think that implementing a CRM or upgrading an ERP is difficult, get ready for a love hate relationship with AI. But why do they fail? 39% of survey participants in that Gartner report state that the lack of AI ready data was the top barrier. And get this, 75% of those organizations state that AI ready data remains one of their top five priorities for investment over the next 2 to 3 years. Now, these are market leaders, these are cutting edge technologists, and they get it. They understand that this is a prerequisite for AI adoption. So let me be upfront about my agenda for the following presentation. And it might surprise you, but I don't believe AI works unless you have the ability to ingest, clean, organize, and govern your data. Now, that starts with product data, but it also includes customer data, sales and supplier data, pricing data, purchasing, warehouse, operations, and delivery. It's literally the prerequisite foundation for successful AI implementation. Now, I'm not saying all of this to scare you off because I'm as all in as you are about what AI can do to transform this industry. And I want to be a part of it. And I know you do as well. Now, if you're a distributor watching this presentation, you want to grow. But unlike Silicon Valley, growth for distribution means profitable growth, not just top line revenue. That's why you're here, and that's what I think AI can help us do. So, Matt, why should we listen to you, and why does your opinion matter? While I'm not always the smartest guy in the room, I do have a ton of experience in wholesale distribution. In fact, my grandfather founded an industrial supply house in Canada in the 1960s out of his garage. And my dad and my uncle helped him bring that business down to Florida, where they together built an international manufacturing and distribution business. And they built such a healthy EBITDA over the next 30 years that they were able to retire well before Social Security kicked in. And now their only trouble is figuring out which warm weather runway to land their private jet on. So, all that to say, I've seen the dream. I know what works. And because I know how much it meant to my family, and I presume means to your family, I spent the last 17 years working on helping distributors grow through digital transformation. So, after spending some time with the family business, I went off on my own and I started a catalog production firm. That's right, print catalogs. And that led me to the realization that product data and product information was so important to driving distributor sales. I decided to then build a B2B e commerce platform. This was before B2B e-commerce was really even a thing. But it served as an important tool for sales reps and customer service reps to serve their customers better than their competition. And I then turned my attention towards helping them grow with content enablement and marketing enablement tools. So I built an agency and I watched distributors grow. That was the fun part. And even after my own successful exit years later, something finally clicked. It wasn't just about top line growth that mattered, it was profitable growth. That's the health score of your business. And just like our own bodies, there's levers that we can pull to improve that health. Well, I don't know about you, but maybe we need to pull a few more levers. So today I'm going to show you 5 of those levers, which I believe, when powered by AI, have the ability to change the future of distribution. And the one thing that makes it all possible is clean, governed data. Because the lifeblood of your business isn't your tech stack, it's your data. And if that's not healthy, everything else suffers. So let's dig in to the 5 high impact areas where AI, when paired with clean data, can radically transform distribution. Then, once we get through that, I'm going to walk you through the data for AI Flywheel. It's going to be your playbook for doing this the right way. As I say in all my LinkedIn videos, if you're ready to grow, let's go. So let's start with the obvious. As my dad always said, nothing happens until you make a sale. You can have the best software stack, the best applications, the tightest operations, the smartest AI tools, and they're getting pretty smart. But if you're not selling, you're not growing. And here's the brutal truth: you cannot sell at scale, online or offline, without high quality product content. And the trend for buyers is online, and it's not even close. According to the 2025 Industrial Buyer's Guide, published by our partners at Big Commerce, 62.3% of buyers now purchase electrical, HVAC, and industrial products online, up from 45% in 2018. This translates into a 700 plus percent increase in order volume. Now, online purchases currently represent 30.2% of total buyer orders, and 65.8% of those end user buyers say that buying online is easy, and 60.1% say it saves time. This is because B2B purchasing is a job. It needs to be efficient, and the only way you can make it efficient is for the buyers to find what they need quickly and check out and track their order. Only 18% of buyers do not purchase digitally. They prefer talking to salespeople or in person visits. And I think we can all agree that those are boomers. AI has the potential to transform your digital commerce experience. But the tough thing is, for distributors, you don't own your products, your vendors do. I know, duh, Matt. But seriously, hear me out. The experience your customers have, whether that's online or through your reps, is based entirely on your ability to ingest, clean, normalize, and organize that content. This is why AI and automation in digital commerce can be a game changer. But there's some roadblocks we have to consider. Vendor feeds with no standards, inconsistent naming conventions, twisted category trees, they lead reps and customers to wasting hours searching for what they're looking for. And if you're implementing an AI enabled selling before you're cleaning the data, it can actually make the experience inaccurate and untrustworthy. Now, the good news is that Pivotree can help by cleaning and normalizing product content across suppliers, mapping it into structured taxonomies, and enriching it using our proprietary AI tools, and unifying it across your e commerce, CRM, ERP, and digital catalog systems. Once that catalog content is clean and structured, AI can do all sorts of heavy lifting, like suggesting cross sells or upsells, automating SEO tags, or powering recommendation engines that actually convert. But the bottom line is that AI powered selling starts with AI ready data. Inventory management is essential for profitable distribution, and forecasting is where you win or lose cash flow. Too much, and you tie up working capital. Too little, and you might just miss the sale. AI can look at your historical data, seasonality, customer behavior, and even market signals to forecast more accurately. But that's just a pipe dream if you have fragmented data across multiple systems, a bad product hierarchy, or the inability to track lost sales. Pivotree has helped integrate ERP, OMS, WMS, and ecom systems to create a unified picture. We clean up data necessary to power real time inventory visibility. Newsflash, your CRMs are overwhelmed. They're quoting, chasing down orders, and buried in returns. AI can ease the load by automating quote generation, triaging tickets, analyzing return patterns, and even handling basic service inquiries via chat. Manual processes, ticket logs that live in inboxes, and incomplete product specs lead to more customer inquiries and returns, sucking the time out of your sales teams while they could be doing something more lucrative. Pivotree deploys OMS platforms like Fluent Commerce or Kibo and can help integrate your tech stack with returns management or customer support tools. Build AI chat flows to support your team. And of course, and most importantly, improve product data to prevent the errors that create issues in the first place. Margins in distribution are razor thin. I don't have to tell you that. Every percentage point counts, and AI can help you identify buying patterns, optimize supplier selection, track rebate attainment, and dynamically adjust pricing strategies. But if you have inconsistent pricing rules, dirty rebate data, and costs buried in spreadsheets, AI isn't going to help much here either. You should clean vendor and cost data, integrate pricing engines, and set up systems that allow AI to work its magic across every touch point, from quote to invoice. Let's talk about the warehouse and delivery teams. This is where promises get kept or broken. AI has the ability to enhance fulfillment by optimizing pick paths, predicting labor demand, and training robotics and improving accuracy with vision systems and sensors. This is next level stuff. And if you have missing item dimensions or missing timestamps, you can't optimize warehouse and delivery like you should. Partnering with a trusted advisor like Pivotree to help you optimize WMS systems and help you integrate those robotics. Our Control Tower product helps surface actionable insights that improve labor efficiency and throughput. All right, I've shown you what's possible with AI when it's paired with good data. And I know you're as excited as I am about the possibilities of AI to drive profitable growth. But hopefully, I've also shown you the truth that AI won't work if your data is a mess. In fact, it might actually make things worse. Because if the data is bad, you simply cannot trust the bots without the right input. You need clean, connected, governed data. That's why I created the Data for AI Flywheel. Let me walk you through it and share a few customer stories about how this works. AI can't use what it can't access. So, first, we need to bring all your product and supplier data together into one source of truth. Pivotree has helped top distributors implement PIM and MDM solutions to do just that. One example of this is how we help TriMark, the country's largest restaurant supply distributor, merge millions of product records from multiple systems and formats, cleaned them up, and created a golden record for each SKU utilizing our MDM software partner, Stebo Systems. The result? A 55% increase in operational efficiency, 89% fewer data errors, and a centralized view that supported better decision making across departments. The second stop on our Data for AI Flywheel is cleansing your data. This is where we turn chaos into clarity, standardizing attributes, categories, and supplier data so that AI can do the dirty work. Sonepar's team was stuck in 6 week cycles trying to onboard new products. With Pivotree's AI solutions, that timeline dropped to same day onboarding. Thousands of hours in manual work were eliminated, and the business was able to support digital growth at scale. Speed to market is a massive competitive advantage in distribution, and now Sonepar has it. Now that your product data is structured, it's time to enrich it. And that's where automation and machine learning really shine. So, how do we help companies like Sonepar and other big time distributors manage data at scale for a fraction of the cost of doing it manually? Well, rather than relying on manual input alone, our Dive tool continuously analyzes existing data, wherever it is, to detect patterns and replicate actions like attribute population, product classification, and normalization at scale. The results are greater consistency, faster SKU onboarding, and significant cost savings. In fact, companies using Dive have seen over 50% reductions in manual enrichment time, freeing up their teams to focus on strategy instead of spreadsheets. We use AI powered tools like our internal content transformation tool. I know, we're still working on a better name, but bear with me. This helps us to enrich product content faster and with more accuracy. If you're looking to scale and streamline the enrichment process inside your MDM or PIM platform, CTT can be a powerful tool. It's a machine learning application that integrates directly with your existing systems, even your ERP. In fact, if you don't have a PIM, CTT can become your one source of truth, which integrates into your e commerce or ERP systems like Epicor P21, Eclipse, Infor Cloud Suite, and more. It automates the manual data management processes that typically bog down teams, enabling us to help you add enriched SKUs for pennies. I encourage you to book a demo to see how Dive and CTT works. If your team is already buried in manual cleanup, these AI powered solutions might just be the most efficient team member you could hire. And by the way, they don't take vacation days. Data governance isn't exactly sexy, but it's essential. You can't activate AI automation with chaos. We help companies set clear ownership, workflows, and rules inside MDM and PIM tools. We're preferred partners with Akinio, Syndigo, and Stebo systems. And as I mentioned, our own CTT platform can serve as your PIM. TruckPro, a leading heavy duty parts distributor, needed a complete transformation of their product information management. With Pivotree and Syndigo, they streamlined their PIM implementation, established strong governance protocols, and created an enterprise wide system that ensures product data accuracy and consistency across 150 locations. If you don't have a PIM or you're not using it the way you could, let's talk about how to get the most out of data governance. Optimizing your data. This is what turns the flywheel. You cannot optimize what you can't visualize. With dashboards like our Control Tower tool, you can track gaps in your product data, optimize your processes, and continuously improve. That's when data for AI becomes a powerful engine instead of a potential liability. And while they're not a wholesale distributor, I like this brand, so I'm going to use them as an example. Psycho Bunny, the premium apparel brand, needed better visibility into their operational data as they scaled their omni-channel strategy. With Pivotree's help, they implemented advanced analytics dashboards that pull data from their ERP, e commerce, and supply chain systems. The result is real time decision making, proactive issue resolution, and continuous optimization across fulfillment and inventory, all powered by cleaner, more accessible data. So, have you heard of Pivotree? Well, it's probably because we're mostly behind the scenes, helping some of the best distributors and manufacturers implement and leverage technology and supporting those software applications with a small army of technical experts. Pivotree is proud to be certified implementation and support partners for some of the leading companies in commerce, supply chain, and data management software. We collaborate with e commerce platforms such as BigCommerce, VTEX, and Shopify Plus to create integrated B2B e commerce websites that enhance online sales. For supply chain solutions, we partner with Infios, Fluent Commerce, and Kibo Systems to deliver a truly automated and seamless customer experience, something that standard industry ERP systems completely fall short of. Our order management systems can be layered on top of your ERP and e commerce platforms to provide a truly Amazon like digital experience. Lastly, in the realm of product data solutions, we work with Sendigo, Akinio, and Stebo systems. We also offer dedicated support and master data management services for these platforms. As a final call to action, I encourage you to reach out and book a free product data assessment. I want to point you to our resident product data and taxonomy scientist, Chantel Schweitzer, with years of experience working with companies like Granger and Sonepar, can show you exactly how your product data stacks up and point you in the right direction to make sure that it is, in fact, AI ready. Thanks for watching this presentation. If you made it this far, I salute you. You are a true distributor data nerd like me. We should get together and talk. If you have any questions about some of the content that I shared in this presentation, let's book a time to get together and chat about it. I also want to encourage you to book that free product data assessment. It's a great way to get started and figure out how you stack up against the competition. I'm Matt Johnson with Pivotree. As I said before, I'll say it again. If you're ready to grow, let's go.